Pretty cool. This is my favorite part of the whole build, is that when the sheetrock starts to come in, it turns into a house. So it's the best part. Before, it's just a lot of work without a lot of excitement. I mean, it's exciting, but this is really the part that gets exciting. Is it starting to look like a house for you guys yet?
Yeah.
Pretty exciting, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe you did it?
No.
Just wait till it starts to look even better. It's looking good. So you got them sanding and taping. And the neat thing is that even though we're teaching them all the same, they're at varying levels. We kind of allow it to work out that way. We allow them to work at a pace where they grow. We eventually put them on that schedule where they have to get to where it is, so they're used to working on a schedule. But right now, we kind of let it be.
I was going to say real world deadlines, right? Because that's the way the actual construction industry is, right?
That's right. And on this first build, we kind of allow it to work naturally. But you can see our 1 o'clock class, they're cruising. They're farther ahead than everybody else. So it looks like they're about a day ahead. Muscle memory is going to actually come in on the next build and the third build. Right now, they're starting to gain confidence in, let's say, the dance move. You know, this is, oh, look, I can move, I can wiggle, I can kind of do this. But without somebody standing next to them, they're still going, I'm not sure what I'm doing. But the next one where they start to gain more confidence, and the next one, and then a lot of it is practice at home. You know, these students need to be, we don't give them homework, but you know, the excitement of saying, well, let me figure that out, and doing that at home, that starts to create the muscle memory. But they're on the basic first portions before they're able to grab that muscle memory. They're gaining long-term memories, right? This has to be thought through in their brain. So when they get to a new thing, they can say, okay, I can do this. Not yet do their muscles just take over and do it yet, but they're getting close. Well, it's difficult because you actually have to believe in people. Perceptual learning says that you believe in people and you believe in the environment. And if you allow those two, the cream of the crop will come out. And that's what's happening. And that takes a lot of faith and a lot of belief in people and a lot of belief in what it is that you're doing. You have to be able to build the environment right that it teaches, and you have to get the right people in the environment. Those two things are really hard. And then you got to kind of stand back and let it work itself out. And that's a little more difficult than it sounds. Business owners that are business owners, they know how difficult that would be. You got to make sure that it's smooth, so the eye can't see it. Right? When you go and customers come through, or people come through, or your own house, You don't want to be able to tell where your drywall meets up. You don't want to tell where your tape is. You don't want to be able to see these marks right here. You want to get those nice and smooth so it just kind of levels out. And if you've got something like this, you've got to get more mud on it. But as you get that more mud, if you get these lines in here, then you're going to have to sand it, and then you're going to have to get more mud again to build up. Does that make sense? So if you flatten it out a little bit more and just keep working it, this is where you have to become artistic. The honeymoon might have been over with that hammer. I think that they're hitting another exciting phase, though, which is they continually hit those. Oh man, it's no longer fun, but then they complete, and then they're like, oh, that was fun. You know, anytime you go through something hard, you hate it right up until you finish, and then you're like, that wasn't that bad, and then you try it again, and then it becomes easier and easier and easier. So I would say, yeah, they're about to hit another hard one. This drywall becomes difficult because it's now artistic. You know, the rough-in is called rough-in for a reason. If it's not perfect, it's not a big deal. We're going to cover it up. But now they can't cover it up. They've got to fix it, fix it, fix it. The rough-in has to be perfect structurally, but it doesn't have to be cosmetically. Now we go to, it doesn't have to be structurally perfect. It has to be cosmetically perfect because there's no real structure in the sheetrock. So they've got to have eye appealing. Everything's got to be right. The paint's got to be right, and that's a new exciting thing. But will also start to cause them a little bit of pain, or they'll go right through it. You know, they got great teachers that have showed them how it's supposed to be done. Each personality is different. Some people, when they get frustrated, it comes out verbally. Some people, they go inside, and they're learning what that's like to work with somebody who talks different, or when they have troubles or struggles in what they're doing, they react different. We often think that, however, when something goes wrong, it should be like maybe my parents or the person who I'm closest to. But when you realize that not everybody reacts that way, it becomes a new thing for them to learn, and that's pretty exciting too. Personality skills are a dying breed these days.
I'm holding it.
If I was to say where we're at, we're way ahead of the game. I talked to a lot of people in the school systems and people trying to do this. We're way ahead of the game. Where the students are, we would love to get more information into them faster, but we can't. We get what we can with what we have, and so we're definitely right where we need to be, and probably a little further than where we need to be, which is right on schedule.
Are you ready?